All right. So welcome to Yen. Take a couple minutes, settle in. So we have some new faces this evening. So welcome. Yen is the class where we don't work too hard in a physical sense. Sometimes it can feel quite difficult to sit still. To even come into a pretty nice position feels nice, but challenging our body to just stay there and tune in to our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions can be its own kind of challenge. So maybe you need a little bit of movement here in the beginning. Feel free to rock side to side and move around, whatever feels good to you. And start to find a little bit of stillness. So we typically come into Sukhasana, the seated pose. It's called the easy pose, Sukhasana in yoga. If you do not like this position, you can always sit on a chair. You can always lean up against the wall. You can always come into a child's pose. You can always lay down. But I invite you to begin with this 5 minutes of starting to tune in to yourself, into your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions. Start with simply observing and checking in. Try not to get too involved in whatever comes up, but just noticing it, maybe labeling it. So if a thought comes into your mind and you would describe it as negative, you can just like label, negative thought, happy thoughts, and things like that. Just kind of checking in, observation. Without feeding into any of those thoughts. So let's just have a negative thought and we find, well, I should feel this way because this, and this, right? And then it grows. So here, right now, happy thoughts, sad thoughts, whatever they are, just let them come, let them go. And just bring yourself back to your breath. Maybe check in with the physical body, noticing how you feel physically. Feel a little better today, a little worse today, same. Getting into that habit of checking in with your physical body. When we notice a little something's off, we can do something about it. Maybe before it becomes something big. And not only notice, but actually listen. If you're feeling fatigued, maybe commit to yourself right now to go to bed 30 minutes earlier. Just continuing to breathe. Maybe you begin to notice that your thoughts have slowed down. If not, if they still feel like they're racing around, just remember to keep coming back to your breath, back to the stillness of your body, back to the moment. Everything except right here, right now, is not something that we need to stress about. We can make plans for the future. Maybe we have plans with somewhere we're going this weekend. Maybe you're super excited about that. Maybe you're a little bit stressed about that. But don't let yourself go to the stress of it, right? Because it's not here. It's not right now. There's 100 things that can happen between now and then. The quickest way to find peace in the mind and the body is to stay in the moment. I'm not claiming it's easy. I'm not claiming it doesn't take lots and lots of practice. I've been there. I still go there sometimes. But I am claiming it does work when we practice it, when we keep coming back to it. Right here, right now. Take an inhale. As you exhale, just let your hands kind of release down to your sides. And as you inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Bring the palms together. And as you exhale, let the hands come down to your heart. Taking a moment right here. Just love yourself. Maybe you simply sit here and just say, I love myself. Right? Maybe you feel silly doing it, but do it anyway. Or maybe you get a little more specific. You start to give yourself some positive affirmations, some compliments, some self-kindness. Maybe you need to forgive yourself. When you're ready, let's release those hands and let your eyes open. Welcome. So we're going to take our legs, swing them over to the right side. Do you want to create enough space to the left side because we are going to be laying down to the left side into that deer pose. I love to have a pillow to lay into. So you have a pillow nearby. You can grab that. We're also going to do some chest opening as well on that sideline position. But just starting in this mermaid position. Legs swung over to the side. Take your right hand, just let it rest on your hip, hand on your hip. And then press that hip bone forward. That's just where I'm going to start. I'm just going to press it forward. Then I'm going to let the body twist from the belly, the sternum, and then maybe the neck. That hand can stay on the hip if I like, or I can bring it onto my left inner thigh. I can even bring it out to the floor. Spinal issues that you know of, pregnancy, it is okay to twist. You're just not going to go as deep. So maybe you just come into a very light twist. Right? But you still feel kind of a little bit happening in the hip, a little bit of loosening happening in the low back. So only go to where you are very pleasantly comfortable. No little stings, twinges, sharp pains. Try to pull the shoulders down the back of it, lengthen tall through the neck. And then from here, back out of the twist a little bit. So just relax the twist. Start to walk the hands forward. Put the hands on the ground. Pull yourself onto that outer hip. So we're going to take that pillow underneath us and lay down into deer pose. And once you're in deer pose, you can take your left arm, work to straighten your elbow, reaching your left arm up past your head. just to where you feel a nice stretch around the shoulder, around the armpit. Take an inhale. On your exhale, let your lips, your mouth open, and give a nice little sigh. And if that felt really good, feel free to do it a couple of more times. You don't want to do it so much you start to hyperventilate. But a couple of times, it really releases any pressure that might be built up in your body. And then just hanging out right there, enjoying it. Just gonna check my message. Thanks, Maria. Just let yourself be. You're stretching just enough that you feel a little something going on. We're not trying to overdo. We want to really let our body rest here. This is yin and unwind. It's not yin and power. Just keep coming back to the breath, come back to the mild sensations. Just consciously be aware of feeling good. It's okay. It's good for us to feel good. And what we're going to do from here in this deer position is that left arm that's reaching out longer beyond your head. We're going to let that left arm bend, coming down to goalpost, and then straighten it straight out from our shoulder. So now it would be kind of in what we would call a T position. It's coming straight out from the shoulder. Take your right hand and slide it down in front of your face. So you can see your right hand, so open your eyes if you need to. And then we're gonna lift the chest here. I'm gonna take my pillow that was underneath my chest, I'm gonna slide it up here to use it as a pillow. And then I can maybe double it over if I need to. And now I'm starting to get a little more stretch in this back left chest, left shoulder. I can stay right here. Or if I want a little bit more, I'm going to take this top right leg and I'm going to reach it back behind me. And then you'll feel your hips open. You'll feel more stretch come through this left chest and only going to where it feels okay. So if this was too intense, just bring that leg back, stack it back. If you're like, no, this is great, I want more, you can take this right arm and reach it over and back behind you. Maybe bend the elbow and let the arm just rest. Oh. And then take an exhale again here, soften. As you're breathing, just let yourself be present. Here at VFit, we try to offer you everything. I mean, your body needs a lot of different things. It needs some cardio, some movement. In yoga, we would call that the yang. Some strength. And it needs the opposite. It needs the rest. It needs the yin, the slow, the stretch. We have a special class coming to you all for the month of February. If you're new, you may not have heard of it. If you're here, we ran it in September. Steph G and I will be leading what we call mindful moments. A meditation or mindful class. So just be on the lookout for that. If you like yin and you feel like, oh, maybe I want to go a little deeper into really tuning into my thoughts and my feelings, this would be a great program for you. Be on the lookout. We'll be posting. It'll be in our next email, our next newsletter. From here, if you've reached that right arm back behind you, just let it make its way back in front of you. If your right leg is reaching back behind you, let it come forward onto your lower left leg. Let yourself just gently roll out of this opening. And just rest here for a few breaths. So my left arm is still back in that T position, but it's like, right, I stretched it. And now I backed off and giving it a moment. Just let all that goodness sink in. And then I'm going to take my time, because even though I have to move and I really don't want to move, I get to do this again on the other side, so it'll be worth it. So take your time. Use your right arm to start to lift yourself up. Like, man, I really don't want to move, but I get to do my other side. So this is when we like having two sides. Maybe not so much in some of our classes. We might wish we only had one side. Again, we have two sides. We get to do it again. Swing those legs over to your left. Let your left hand just rest on that left hip and just push it forward. This may be as far as you want to go. If you want to add the twist, think of the belly twisting first, then the sternum, the chest, and then the neck. Twisting can be very great for our body. Just to get all our internal organs, give them a nice massage. It kind of helps them do their job. Helps them cleanse. But if you do have any spinal issues, low back issues, it may not feel really good to twist. So just don't twist so far. Pregnancy, you don't want to twist too far. It's okay. And then from here, that left hand come down to your knee. You can reach down to the floor, which will allow you to twist even deeper if you choose. Maybe take your neck and move it around. Wiggle your jaw. And we probably look pretty silly, but it feels good, and that's what matters. Animals don't worry about how they look. They do on instinct. What feels good. Then backing off the twist a little, just kind of relax, walk the hands out to the side, pull on to the hip, and allow yourself to come down. Take your time, wiggle around a little bit if you need to. We're never in a hurry in. And then it'll be our right arm this time. We'll start to crawl the fingers forward, straightening the elbow, only as far as it'll go. I'm just reaching my hands up past my head. Deer pose. Make some nice stretch around the right shoulder, the right armpit. Take an inhale, and on your exhale, let the lips open. Just take a nice little sigh. Like turning Turning the pressure release valve. Let the pressure out. Give yourself permission to let go of it. Sometimes we hold on to it because we feel like we need to. I have days like that. I have days where I feel pretty calm. And I feel like things are kind of going pretty good. And then we're going to kind of self-sabotage it because we're like, it's going too good. There's got to be something that's going to happen, so we kind of create something to happen. Or we have days where we think, oh, moments. I'm not worried about anything. I should be worried about something. And we start creating things to be worried about. At least here, at least for now. Let it go. You don't have to worry about anything right now. It'll be there later. Just see right here. With your breath. And you take a little survey through your body and notice where you're feeling things. Simply notice it. Does this side feel compared to how the other side felt? Notice. Nothing matters right now except you, right here in this moment. Let everything else go. Just see. Somebody were to walk by and they would see you in this position, you might even question if you're breathing. You're so still, so relaxed, so at peace. And I may even think, wow, she's not doing anything. It would be wrong. It's here that your body does so much. It's here that your body repairs and rebuilds. Your growing brain cells right here. And in this position, all we're going to do is bring our awareness into that right arm. Bend the elbow, pulling the arm down, kind of like you make a bull pose. And then straighten it straight out behind you, out of that shoulder, the T position. Slide the left hand down a little towards your shoulder so you can press the chest up. You have a pillow underneath your chest. You can slide that pillow underneath your head. And then wiggle around a little bit. You can stay right here. You've got some nice chest opening here. Or if you want to take this more into your hip flexor, deeper into your chest, this top left leg's going to lift up. And just reach it back behind you. That knee can be bent, it can be straight. Whatever feels good. Now you're opening through your torso, you're opening your hip flexor. And if you want a little bit more, you can take that left arm. Reach it back behind you. Just hang in space. Or I like to just bend my elbow and let my hand flop back behind my low back. Oh, let that pressure valve go again. Maybe you had a really hard workout today and you're feeling it in your body. Just appreciate the way your body feels because it was able to work so hard for you. And now you're giving it some rest so that it can recover. Maybe you had a mentally exhausting day at work. Maybe it was a tough day. I know you have quite a few teachers that tune in, right? That can be some mentally exhausting days. I appreciate and use this time to just let all that go. So you give yourself this rest, this recovery. You're going to be more prepared to take on what comes your way. I like to even visualize my own little personal army inside of me. It is like busy at work right now. It is cleaning up, it is healing, it is making connections. Awesomeness is going on. And all I have to do is lie here. Ease out of this a little bit by bringing that left arm back in front. Letting that left leg stack back onto the right. You can roll forward just a little and it's like, oh. That feels good. And we have to move a little bit, but not very far. We're just going to lift ourselves up enough to bring this right hand around in front of us and roll onto our back. Right? You just want to that just feels so good. You just celebrate it. And we're just going to lengthen those legs out. We're going to let our arms just fall to our sides. We're going to come into Shavasana. Resting pose. Great was that. How great is it? Give yourself this gift of conscious rest. And it can really be more powerful than sleep. So consciously letting the mind have a break. Our mind, our brain, is meant to work. And it goes more than anything, any other part of our body. Of course, we breathe and our heart beats, but our mind is always working, even when we're sleeping. Our mind is doing a lot of processing, and that's good. It needs to do that. But this rest that we do here in Yin and Unwind, it's about letting that mind rest. And we have to do that consciously. And we give it a little something to think about, just our breath. the way our body feels. We don't allow it to wander. The mind gets the break. Like anything, a little rest is going to make us stronger. Your brain becomes stronger. It'll end our meeting. So you don't have to be in a hurry to move. When I press end the meeting, it ends for everybody. So I invite you, if nothing else, to lay here until your screen goes blank. And then take your time moving and going back into whatever it is you need to go back into. Don't be in a hurry. And then you can always stay here and rest even longer. Namaste.